Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Yeah, you know what it is. Hard worker, scrappy, unfiltered, and sometimes unhinged football content. Hard to explain, but you know it when you see it. Doing it daily our way. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Redraft and Dynasty Fantasy Football, we got you covered. You know their defense is ranked like 31st in the NFL? NFL draft prospects and rookies? Now you know you in the right place for that.
Absolutely.
All right, then stop saying it. Then we're done. And prop bets with my man Jay Rich. Count that money, man. Now wipe the crust out of your eyes. Get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake your ass up with Ray G. You honestly are making absolutely no sense and you sound silly as hell. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. It is Thursday, February the 17th, 2022, and y'all know what it is, man. Wake your ass up with Ray G. We in the building. It is our Friday. I'm happy. Dog, Jay, every time I hear the music, the intro music, I just be over here bouncing. That shit get me hyped, dog. I'm ready to roll today. I got the Young Floyd Money Mayweather shirt on. Check this shit out, Jay. Check. Young Floyd Money May in the building. The Young Money May. You know what I'm saying? So we in the building today, and the good people of YouTube, my man Ricardo, Damon, Mike, Dalton, my girl Joe, Austin, Zach, man, Carlos, Rico, Terrence, man, everybody in the building. Good morning to you all. Jay, how you doing, my friend? Over there trying to produce the show and run a mock draft. Now you see it's not as easy as it looks to do this, man.
The people. Okay, we just got to talk about our man BDV128 real quick. This man got in the mock. I'm asking everybody, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. This man times out on the 101. Like, come on, bro. We're trying to run two mocks, same time, Superflex, one QB, and you got to go timeout on the very first pick. But shout out to everybody else. It went smoothly as smoothly could be. I was monitoring it the whole time, and the people knocked out the mock drafts in about 7 to 8 minutes. Our fans are the best we got, man. The best they got out there. Our fans crushed it today. Crushed it.
Man, crushed it, man. We got a lot of new people in the building, man. I'm excited. This one is dope, man. So I have not really looked at the draft board yet, but what I do have pulled up, Jay, is the ADP that Jordan Backus from the Prospect Talk database has run on single quarterback and Superflex. Now, to be fair, we've only done 6 single quarterback mocks over the past since November, right? We've done like 20 Superflex mocks. Yeah, so the ADP for the Superflex side is a little more complete, but we're gonna take a look and compare it, all right? So any quick news? Is there anything that went off in the NFL? Apparently, the Hollywood Brown rumors of him quitting football to go pursue a career in streaming are over, right? Which we talked about, that it was probably 99% BS, but we don't have a lot to go off, so we got to play with the entertainment that we have. But Hollywood is staying in Baltimore, correct?
Yes, and Sean McVay's fiance posted on Instagram that he will be coming back to football. He is not retiring. Yeah, Sean
McVay and Aaron Donald are both coming back. I know there was talk about those guys potentially calling it quits. Real quick, just really quickly, man. Really quickly, because we got to get to the mock. But a lot of dissension on the Twitter space about Matthew Stafford's Hall of Fame candidacy. Where do you stand on the Matt Stafford Hall of Fame candidacy? Because a lot of people are just like, he's a no-doubt Hall of Famer, and some people are like, dude, he's only made one Pro Bowl. He's never been All-Pro. He wasn't Super Bowl MVP, yada, yada, yada. Seeing Matt Ryan comparisons. What are your thoughts on the Matthew Stafford?
It's the Matt Ryan comparison, right? The battle of the Matts. They've been compared forever when you really think about it, because they're the same type of guy, really good stats, not much to show for it other than Matt Ryan's Super Bowl appearance. And honestly, I think Stafford will get there, but when you see him compared to Matt Ryan right now, you're like, he's probably not a Hall of Famer yet, but by the time he retires, he probably will be, because, I mean, he's a guy who could easily pass 50,000 passing yards. Matt Ryan's going to pass 50,000 passing yards this season. So I'm not there yet with Stafford, but I think by the time he retires, he will be a Hall of Famer.
That's a lot of people, man. I'm seeing it's there's no in between. It's like, hell yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, or absolutely not. I mean, he's gonna finish top 5 in all the passing categories if he plays another 4 years. So
Product, I think, of as well of the game evolving in
Yeah.
favor of Matthew Stafford as well, right?
And,
Like
and,
went
and
from more run centric to pass centric. I don't even know where the records are going to be by the time Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert retire, right? It might be 60,000 passing yards
yeah.
by the time that happens.
See, and this is where I'm at right now today. He's in the Hall of Very Good today.
Yeah.
Today. But the comparisons to Matt Ryan, I think Matt Ryan's played 4 more years than he has. I think it's
might be even more than that because I think Matt Ryan is 36, 37, and Stafford, I believe, is 33.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of unfair to be like, well, Matt Ryan's got more yards. Well, he's played 4 or 5 more damn years. You know what I'm saying?
Only like 3,000 yards a season.
Yeah, so I think that's a bad comparison. But right now, today, Hall of Very Good, when it's all said and done, I think Matt Stafford's going to be a Hall of Famer. And, I mean, you know, that's just what I think, right? Just my opinion. Anyways, mock draft time. Let's start with the single quarterback. Is that one done? Is the single QB draft done?
Single QB's been done since before we even started the show. They've been on it.
Oh, word. Okay, single quarterback. All right, let's take all this shit off the screen and let's go to the single quarterback mock and talk about just before we pull it up. How did it look in your opinion? Did it seem pretty?
I mean, it's ugly, right? It's single quarterback, so it's ugly. There's a couple picks I'm like, I don't know, but there's definitely some good value picks that I found in this draft for sure.
Let's
hit the screen icon thing on there, and it'll pull up the board like full screen.
Okay. I'm getting us set up first, man.
There you go.
I'm getting us set up. All right. Hit the screen.
Brings us right to the middle. Beautiful, so the people can see.
Well, they could see before. All right. So here we go. Single quarterback mock at the 101, Treylon Burks. So all the talk we've been talking about, running back should go first. Everybody's saying that wide receiver shouldn't be going number 1 in a period, whether it's Superflex or single quarterback. That shit went out the window. So Burks, 101. The people have spoken. Breece Hall, RB1, coming off the board at 102. 103, Isaiah Spiller coming off the board. Then we got Garrett Wilson, Kenneth Walker, and Drake London, the top 6. I don't know if I'd take Garrett Wilson at 104, man. Like, I
really?
Don't think, yeah, I don't think I could do that. I think I'd rather have Kenneth Walker. And me personally, if I'm going to take a wide receiver there, it would be Drake London over Garrett Wilson. But in single quarterback leagues, I've got to load up on the running backs. And I think Kenneth Walker's getting a lot of unfair hate, bro. I think he's getting a lot of unfair, I don't even want to say hate, because I'm not going to say this guy hates Kenneth Walker, but I'd rather have Kenneth Walker over Garrett Wilson. London at 1-6, cool with it. J-Mo, 1-7. George Pickens at 108. Yep. All right. GP Spicy. At 108. David Bell, 1-9. Kyron Williams at 110. Chris Olave, and then Rachaad White rounding out the first round. Oh boy, this is the 2022 class, man. At single quarterback leagues, it looks like it gets ugly real quick, man. And I have not seen this. So let's just pull up our single quarterback ADP real quick. Let's flip the script. Can you see the ADP, Jay?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got, it almost is identical, right? So we got Treylon, Breece, Isaiah, and Walker.
Left.
I got to go a little to the left. You can't see it?
Just the names were cut off a little bit. That's all.
Well, it can't go any more left. So that's as far as left as it's going to go. So let me see if I can zoom out a little bit, right? Zoom. Let's go 90%. Is that better?
That's zooming in.
Oh, shit. I zoomed in?
Go to like 75%.
All right. Let me go to 75%. All right. Zoom.
Zoomed in.
Yo, how do you zoom out? I don't even know how to zoom out. If you would have just let me do my thing.
Hit Command and minus, and that'll work.
All right, Command minus. All right, is that better?
Oh, see, no, it made it worse. What the hell? Okay, just leave it then.
What about now?
Zoom in one more time. One more time. Live television, everybody. That's as good as it's gonna get.
How's that?
That's good. Perfect.
Is that good? All right. I can't see the shit, fine. Man. All right.
That's a little better. That's fine.
All right. We got Treylon 1, Brees, Spiller, Walker, and then there's Garrett Wilson. So our patrons say Garrett Wilson over Drake London, J-Mo, Kyron, David Bell, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Rachaad White. So pretty consistent, right? Like it's pretty much in line with our ADP.
It's Kyron though. So this is a debate I would make in single quarterback leagues a lot is, I don't mind in Superflex taking George Pickens or David Bell over Kyron. But I think if it was my draft, I would be the one taking Kyron over both those guys just because of positional scarcity and because I believe that he's in a tier by himself. And so Who is this? Luke Turner here? 110 to get Kyron Williams behind George Pickens and David Bell. And in some ways, even J-Mo a little bit. I don't think he'll pass him in my ranks, but definitely I would have him over George Pickens and David Bell.
So you would take Kyron at the 108 spot. You think he probably should have gone up a little bit higher?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, we got Algier, Christian Watson. I was going to say John Ross, Justin Ross. Justin Ross at 2-3. Okay.
Yep. Spicy.
All right, spicy. Justin Ross at 2-3, Jahan Dotson. And then QB1 off the board in single quarterback, Matt Corral, followed by Wandale. Then you got Malik Willis, Sky Moore, Trey McBride, Damian Pierce, John Mechie, and then Zamir Zeus White. Let me zoom out a little bit. Zamir White at the 212 spot. So, second round. What do you think about Watson? What do you think about Watson at 2-2?
That's really high. Like, I know that we're concerned about Dodson a little bit, but I still think, like, from what I've seen thus far, I would take Dodson over Watson. But after that, if he measures out really well, I wouldn't be hesitant to take him. And, Sky Moore's another guy who's going to be – a lot of people expect him to be a big riser. Right. But honestly, like, once you get past Watson, Dodson, depending on kind of where you have them ranked, and Sky Moore would be probably behind him, I'm fine with where the quarterbacks went. I think that where they were selected is fair. There's a pretty big tier break when you get past that probably mid to late second in Superflex draft. So, you push that up a little bit in a one quarterback. And I think, mid second, even potentially early second for a quarterback isn't necessarily a bad pick.
Yeah, man. Once you get to the second, bro, it just gets so gross, right? Like, I like Algier at 2-1. Mm-hmm. I don't love Watson there, but I don't hate it because I think he's going to be a top 64 pick. So he's going to be here's something for you. I think Christian Watson gets drafted ahead of Justin Ross in the NFL draft.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Christian Watson gets drafted ahead of Justin Ross. I don't think he's going to go ahead of Jahan Dotson, but I think he's going to be drafted ahead of Justin Ross. So I don't hate the Christian Watson pick. I look at the running backs that went after him. I mean, you're not taking Ty Chandler, James Cook, Jerome Ford, Brian Robinson, Damian Pierce, or Zamir White that high. So it's just going to be and this is here's sort of the philosophy behind grabbing your running back early. And if you miss out, this is why I'm okay with missing on a Garrett Wilson, because in the second round, there's a good chance you get a Ross. You could probably get a Sky Moore, a John Mechie, a Jalen Tolbert. But the running backs that you miss out on, if you miss Kenneth Walker, if you miss out on Spiller or Hall, like you're in Zamir White territory, right? You're in Brian Robinson, James Cook territory. So I think that's the game you play if you go with the wide receiver, especially that high, when you've got probably a starting running back in Kenneth Walker on your hands. That positional value, Kenneth Walker's going to start in the league. I don't care if I got him ranked RB4. He's going to be a starting running back, and he's probably going to be pretty good. Is he going to have maybe the type of upside that Hall and Spiller possess because they can do more in the receiving game right now? Maybe not, but he's a starting running back. And as much as I'm enamored by a Damian Pierce later, by Brian Robinson, by a Jerome Ford, like those are guys that I'm not projecting to walk into the NFL and be starting running backs, right? So in my opinion, this is why I would take Kenneth Walker ahead of all of these wide receivers in single quarterback leagues. And you saw the ADP a little bit. Like now, you gotta read the board to me because our single quarterback ADP goes off the rails compared to this mock. You got Algier there, but there's Dotson right there coming off essentially at the 2-1, then Wandale, then Algier, then you've got Corral, Pickett, Ford, Willis, Robinson, Ross, McBride, Harris. So and then rounding out essentially the second round would be Sam Howell. So no Sky Moore in there. Christian Watson way down here. at wide receiver 13, coming off the board like in the third round. James Cook, Zamir White a little bit later. So this single quarterback one went a little bit different, than our ADP suggests. But there we go. So let's go to round 3, and kicking off that, we got Kenny Pickett, Jalen Weidermeyer coming off the board. 4 picks after Trey McBride. I'll take the value on that all day, every day. Jalen Tolbert falling to the 3-3 spot. Brian Robinson at 3-4. Sam Howell 3-5. Jerome Ford, James Cook, Ty Chandler, love it. Carson Strong, Kevin Harris, Isaiah Likely, and Jashawn Corbin. I think the steal of this third round, man, is Brian Robinson. I'm not the biggest B-Rob fan. I've talked about it, but he is a player that I think is going to get day 2 draft capital. And with that type of draft capital, will he be Trey Sermon or will he seize the opportunity? We don't know, but all you can bank on is a player getting that opportunity. I believe that he gets higher draft capital than both Dameon Pierce, Amir White, John Mechie. Like, he's going to go earlier than people expect. And if you're getting a potential committee grinder lead type back, again, I'm not up here saying B-Rob is about to be top 12, top 15 dynasty damn running back, but he's going to get some opportunity. And with that opportunity, even if you don't like a player, I promise you there's somebody in your league that does. And as soon as Brian Robinson gets a start, punches in a couple of touchdowns, if you're not a big fan of him, trade him, man. Just sell his ass. You know what I'm saying? Just move on from him. Last night we did a film session with the patrons, patreon.com/prospect talk. The film sessions are dope. The player profilers that Backus puts in there are even better. But we looked at Jerome Ford. Very, very fast. Very, very fast. Extremely good burst, acceleration, speed. That's Jerome Ford. Nice little complementary back to pair. And I like this team. Drake London, Malik Willis, and Jerome Ford. I think that's a good mock team. Yeah. I think who's the worst drafted team in here? I kind of like what the 112 did with White, Algier, and Corbin.
112's a great team.
Yeah, you load up on those running backs in betting on finding some wide receivers later. The
people that are right. Honestly, it's probably Terrenbot, even though he got the B-Rob value.
I was about to say that Garrett Wilson, Trey McBride team.
It's not looking good.
And then you got, I don't know, man. Who's this? Patty Mills? The J-Mo, Wandale, James Cook team.
You got J-Mo, it depends. I think if you got Willis there, it would look better because you got J-Mo, Willis, and then Cook, whatever. But it's third round, so we're kind of throwing darts.
I don't know.
Honestly, for me, my favorite pick by far, 301 Kenny Pickett. That is the pick that everyone kind of takes for granted, those early thirds. To be able to get a first-round quarterback in the early third, even in a single quarterback league, if that quarterback hits, there is extreme amounts of value there. That could be a Justin Herbert. That could be a very high-end quarterback because a lot of these quarterbacks slip for whatever reason in single quarterback leagues. And if you can get a first-round quarterback, especially a highly drafted one as we expect out of Kenny Pickett, there could be some value there, even in a single quarterback league.
I got it. I'm not going to lie to you, man. If I walked away with a single quarterback draft with Olave, Watson, and Likely, you fumbled the bag. I think that's the worst. That's not a good one, man. I would have taken Rachaad White over Chris Olave, and there's a good chance that Olave would have fell back to you at 2-2.
Yep.
That to me, that's the team that you got no. At least with J-Mo, you got a potential of a top 15 wide receiver. Drake London, you got that potential. Garrett Wilson, you got the potential of a top 15 wide receiver. You get the 2 running backs in Hall and Spiller, you feel good. You get Treylon, you feel good. You walk away with Chris Olave, Christian Watson, and Isaiah Likely.
It's not great.
That one. All right, we found it. Let's where's the womp womp womp, the sad trombone. Yeah, that one was no bueno. No bueno. All right. What we gonna look at now? The Superflex. Superflex. Everybody talking that Superflex shit. Let's see what y'all did in the Superflex mock. All right. Let's just look at our ADP real quick before we can you see it? Can you see the
Yeah,
ADP?
I see it.
All right, so
Yeah.
the way that this is playing out, the top quarterbacks, let's just focus on the quarterbacks, right? Corral, Pickett, Willis, and Howell. Those are the top quarterbacks in Superflex. Brees Hall still at the top for the RBs. Spiller at RB2, Kenneth Walker at RB3. Not probably going to see a lot of change in that throughout the process. These wide receivers after that's where I think things could get interesting. We got Garrett Wilson, followed by Drake London at wide receiver 3, J-Mo, GP, and David Bell. George Pickens has been making a rise, man. Where's he been going in the last, let's see, 15, 10, 11, 14, 12, 10. He's actually been pretty consistent, except for like
coming up a little bit.
Early November, he's in the 20s and the 19s. All right, let's take a look at the Superflex. All right, Superflex. Again, no one listens, so they're still going Treylon Burks. There's probably nothing we can do about that at this point. Malik, 102. Malik Willis goes off the board at 102. Brees Hall, 1-3. Isaiah Spiller, 1-4. So there goes the two running backs. If you're sitting at 105, 106, I think you feel all right with Kenny Pickett. Matt Corral coming off at QB3. Matt Corral is my QB1 in the class. Still QB1 in the class. Garrett Wilson above Drake London. You got Drake London at 8. Kenneth Walker falling to 1-9. I'm already telling you right now, Rad is starting off good. I don't know what he does after this. Matter of fact, I see his team. He did a good job.
It's pretty good.
He did a good job. All right. J-Mo at 110. Kyron at 111. And GP, George Pickens climbing his way up there at 112. So first round. Burks 101, Jay. What are we doing? You like it?
I like it. I'm fine with it. I can live with it.
Man, I think Japper got a good one right here too. Malik Willis, if you're gonna take the shot, if you're gonna take a shot at the quarterback, I get it. You don't have to tell me how you don't got to tell me all the stuff, man. But if the positional value, he's gonna be a starting quarterback. The moment he runs for 72-1 in his first NFL game, you can trade him for multiple picks if you don't like him. That's a good one, man. I like Malik Willis. Team 3, Brees Hall. There you go. Brees Hall gets RB1 right there at 1-3. All right. This team looks good, too. I'm just looking down the list. That team looks good. Isaiah Spiller at 1-4. I would take Matt Corral over Kenny Pickett. That's just me, but flip-flop those guys. I think those are the next 2 picks off the board. I honestly think this is how the top 6 should play out for the most part. I think it should be these 3 quarterbacks, those 2 running backs, Treylon Burks. Here's where I think, like, you could have the debate. Garrett Wilson or Kenneth Walker, you know? If it's me, I'm taking Kenneth Walker there at 1-7, and I'm bumping Garrett Wilson down to 1-8, Drake London down to 1-9. I think this is a steal to get K9 at the 1-9. J-Mo, he's probably going to miss, majority of the 2022 season, but stud, probably still going to get first-round draft capital. Don't hate it. Kyron seems like he's going to be a riser through the process at 111, GP at 112, and then he's coming into the second round. We got Rachaad White. Ooh, I love that. That.
That's early, man. Early.
You think that's too early for Rachaad White? He's going to be a day 2 pick,
I do,
man.
yeah.
He's going to be a day 2 pick. Trust me.
That's fine, but I still think that him and Algier should be a lot closer, regardless of how you feel about them. Like to see Rachaad White go 2-1 and Algier go 2-8. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Rachaad White go this high. We've done, 20 mock drafts. It's probably the highest he's ever gone.
I know some people that have him in the first in Superflex. I've seen some mocks out there. I ain't going to call the people out, I've seen some mocks with Rachaad White early. David Bell at 2-2. Man, if you start off with Kyron and David Bell, that's nice, man. 2-3. Are you taking Olave before Sam Howell?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Are you taking David Bell before Sam Howell in Superflex?
Probably not. I'd say maybe, but probably not.
Rad 5.
Sam Howell should be 201 or 2 Rad 5 is he's got a dope draft.
Yeah, he crushed it, man. You getting Sam Howell at the 2-4 again. Whether you like him or hate him, right? Like he's going to get an opportunity to start. And if you don't like him, just trade him, man. You got to remember the cheapest place you get quarterbacks in Dynasty are the rookie drafts. You don't get them any cheaper than that. So if all you're doing is spending the 2-4 and your decisions are Jahan Dotson, Wan'Dale Robinson, Christian Watt, like you have to take Sam. Like think about it that way. Like look at the players that are left, right? You have to take Sam Howell here. There's no way you take a 5'9", 180-pound receiver over a potential starting quarterback, no matter how much you dislike him, right? Especially he's going to be a top 50 pick. He's going to get an opportunity to start. This is a smash draft for Rad5577. Jahan Dotson at 2.5. Man.
I don't mind it because I think there is that gap between Howell and Strong, right? So if you think that Dotson's next best receiver, I'd maybe go running back there, and so I may be looking at Algier, but that's probably where I'd be looking. It'd be Strong, it'd be Dotson, or it'd be Algier. It's probably my 3 picks, so right around where I expect him to go.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not taking. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'll take Tyler. If that's the case, I'll take Tyler Algier. Give me the running back over Jahan Dotson. What are we projecting Jahan Dotson to be at best? And this isn't shit on Jahan Dotson. I like Jahan Dotson, but at best, wide receiver 2 for an NFL team, he's not going to be a 1, man. He's not going to be a 1. So you got a shot for Algier to actually start at running back. And again, I'm going to continue to say this. It's not just about how you feel about the player. It's about the positional value you get at that spot and what your league mates and what the market dictates, right? And the market's going to dictate a starting running back is going to be worth more than a number 2 or number 3 wide receiver. So at that point, Algier gets named the starter. You just trade him. Just trade him. Trade him. I'm not taking Dotson before Algier. And I don't know if I'd take him before Strong, and I'm not all in on Carson Strong. I'm not anymore. All right, so Strong at 2.6, Wandell at 2.7.
Not over Algier, never.
Not over
Algier.
Never. Algier was a good pick. Fox John 21 he did it right. He picked Mike and Adam from 4D Chess. They would like this draft. The 2 quarterbacks and the running back. All right, Brian Robinson at 2.9, much higher in Superflex than he did go in single quarterback. Weird, right? He went 3 like this same spot in single quarterback, but he goes 2.9 here. And I think this individual who made this draft is like, I know he's going to get the draft capital, and I'm taking him over a North Dakota State wide receiver, a tight end, and Justin Ross. Like, I don't hate the process here. This is a smart drafter. Good job grabbing B-Rob there at the 2.9. Watson, McBride, and Justin Ross round out the second round. So I think the best pick in this round, I think there were 3 really good picks. I think Sam Howell, best pick.
Yep.
Tyler Algier, a great pick. And then Brian Robinson, the positional value. I like those 3 picks. The 2 running backs and a quarterback. I think those are the best picks in this round. And then we go to round 3. BDV 128 just said, fuck it, we're going to air raid offense this thing with Burks, Ross, and Tolbert. Let's get it. I appreciate the conviction, and I love me some wide receivers too. Jerome Ford at 3.2, John Mechie at 3.3, Sky Moore, like him, at 3.4. Good draft by this team right here. Very good draft. Desmond Ridder. Ray G's got to follow his own advice. It doesn't matter what I think. I think he's terrible. But if the NFL says otherwise and he's a top 50 pick, we're seeing some mocks with him in the first round. It's a quarterback,
no, we're
man.
Not.
Yes, we
second
are.
Round pick to the Colts. Oh God, this is.
I'm seeing second. I put it this way. I've seen Desmond Ridder in the second and the first more than I've ever seen him in the third, fourth, or fifth. So
I've seen him in the second, but not in the first. He's
been in the first. He's been in the first. The people will tell you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am not gonna spread fake news anymore. I've seen him in the first. So positional value, I don't care for him, but he's a quarterback, and if he gets to start, I am trading him immediately. I'm not even waiting for the first pass to be thrown in the stands. I am trading him instantly as soon as he's named the starter. Weidermeyer at 3. Give me Weidermeyer at 3.6 opposed to Trey McBride at 2.11 all day, every day.
Yep.
The Trey McBride is good. Jalen Weidermeyer is the best tight end in this class. Zamir White at 3.7. Bam Knight. We are going to do a film breakdown of Zonovan Bam Knight next week with the patrons. He is a top 7 running back for me. Real good. Damian Pierce at 3.9. Again, this is the draft right here. This is the best one. This is the best draft. I'm not.
That's your favorite, eh?
That's my favorite one. James Cook at 3.10. Ty Chandler, love it. This is a good one too. Kyron, Ty Chandler, David Bella, like it. and then Jashaun Corbin at 312. Where you at, Jay? Who had the best draft in your opinion?
I think I still like Fox John a little bit better, getting Pickett, Algier, and then Ritter to come back.
Okay.
As much as I like the other one, it's the Sam Howell value and the Kenneth Walker value. I see where you're at, but I do like getting both those quarterbacks and a running back I really like in the second round, late too, in Tyler Algier.
There were some good ones, man. It's hard to shit on any in here.
You know what I like the best though is that you keep telling the people third round. Get the running backs. Pick up the running backs because they have the best chance of getting the value. And you see, what is this? 7 running backs drafted. The last 6 picks, all running backs, shooting your shot on a guy who could just get an opportunity and get you some value.
That's smart. And then if we go to the ADP, right, let's just look around that range. Christian Watson. So some players that weren't in here, no Hassan Haskins, no Tyler Beatty.
No Bailey Zappi.
No Bailey Zappi. Yeah, I wouldn't be. Bailey Zappi, more of a 4th round draft pick for me. Abram Smith, I think probably should have been in there. Maybe a little Jerrion Ely. If Jashaun Corbin is in there, I definitely think Abram Smith should have been in there. Alec Pierce, no thank you. Goodson, Strong. It just gets gross. The 4th round is just not good. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about what players would even be available. You know, Keontae Ingram, Calvin Austin. I'm not taking Calvin Austin in the 3rd. I can't do a 5'7", 170-pound wide receiver. Romeo Doubs, you can get him in the 4th. Brock Purdy, no thank you. Sincere McCormick, 4th round, I'd take him. Tyler Beatty, 4th round, that's cool. Hassan Haskins, 4th round, that's cool. No Kevin Harris, right? We didn't see Kevin Harris come off the board.
No Kevin. No
Kevin Harris in here.
The other one he did.
I think Harris, Beatty, Keontae Ingram, that's 4-3, and then, take some dart throws later on. But yeah, I think Kenneth Walker, Sam Howell, Dameon Pierce, best draft. But a lot of good ones here. Nothing just worthy of the woof sounder, in my opinion. If I were going to give I know this sounds kind of, if I were going to give a bad draft mark, I'm not. I think this team right here, Captain Clutch, if you go J-Mo there, fine. But take Sam Howell. Like, don't go Chris Olave over Sam Howell. If he went J-Mo, Sam Howell, James Cook, I think that draft looks a hell of a lot better. No Wolves in this one, man. I think that if I was going to say any of the Wolves, it'd be 101. Burks, Ross, Tolbert, Superflex, I don't know if I could do it. I love Treylon. I love him, but I'd rather have Breece Hall and then get Justin Ross. If he goes Breece Hall, Justin Ross, how good of a draft is that? If he goes Malik Willis, Justin Ross, it's much better than Burks. I think this year the 101 is the spot I just don't want. I just don't want it. I'd rather pivot if I can move back to the 1-2 spot. If I can move back to I just don't want. I don't want that pick, man. I love the player, but the value of the pick, I don't want it, man. I don't want it. So, what are the people saying? What are the people saying in the chat?
Well, one of the things that Camp Daddy said is bringing back last year, and we talked about how we could get a Chuba Hubbard in the 3rd round, right? If Christian McCaffrey goes down, he's coming back off injury, there's a great opportunity for him there because he will be the backup running back. And look what ultimately ended up happening, right? We saw this happen across a few different spots. Ramondre Stevenson, same type of idea. Damian Harris got hurt. Great spot for running backs, period, in New England. And he was getting burned. He was like a 3rd, maybe even 4th round pick in some leagues. So that's where getting some of these guys, you can flip them for 2nd, flip them for 1st, regardless of how you feel about them. You want to get guys that are going to see opportunity. If you can lean on draft capital, do that and draft accordingly because those are the guys going to accrue the most value. And Chuba Hubbard and Ramondre Stevenson, 2 guys that are perfect examples of that from last season. You're not going to hit on all of them, obviously, but it's a great strategy for accruing value in rookie drafts.
Well, that's why I said, man, for me, I'm all about this year, 3rd round, 4th round, give me all the running backs I can handle. I just want them. Like, give me all the running backs. Give me all the running backs. I'll take the Dameon Pierces, the Ty Chandlers, the Jashaun Corbins. Give me those guys. And then in the 4th round, you still have a couple of dart throws like Romeo dubs and shit like that you could throw some money at if you want a wide receiver. What are the comments saying? Any comments before?
The people aren't liking how we did a snake draft. We always do our rookie drafts as snake drafts, and the people are saying it threw them off a little bit.
Oh shit! Yeah, we can't. Excuses are tools of incompetence, man. I don't want to hear these damn excuses about the snake and throwing you off. They wanted that linear draft. Well, I thought I can go Burks and then come back. No.
Yeah.
Snake this shit, man. I ain't going to make it easy on you where you're like, oh, I can get Treylon Burks and Rachaad White. We're going to snake it. But this was fun. This was good, Jay. Anything else? So check it out. Here in the United States of America, we celebrate our great leaders of our country. And I say that with full sarcasm.
Did you prepare this?
We celebrate the commanders in chiefs of our country. So we have President's Day on Monday. We will not be here. I will not be. You can do the show, but I'm going to take President's Day off. We're actually going to go to Houston, visit my mother-in-law. Got a new house, so we're going to go down there with the kids this weekend. So we will be off on Monday, but we will be back on Tuesday. But before we get out of here, man, we got to make sure everybody, this show, if you're listening to it via the podcast, make sure you subscribe. It's its own feed now. So you got to go to Wake Up with Ray G, and it looks like that.
It's in the description.
Blue. It's in the description. It looks like that. It's blue, and you see the colors change just a little bit, right? Because finally, after weeks of negotiations and hard work, we have a exclusive show sponsor. Jay, this is dope. Prize Picks times Wake Up with Ray G. We are now affiliated, partnered, and ready to roll with Prize Picks. Yes, we will be doing all kinds of fun stuff with them on this show. Contests with all the dope people on here. And then check your over-unders, right? Me, Bottles of Topo Chico, I got one in hand right now, downed one on the show. Y'all didn't even notice it, man. Jay Rich, over-under 2.5 bad takes. We know Jay Rich is good for that. But yes, we are partnered with Prize Picks, the exclusive show sponsor of the Wake Up Show. So make sure you use that promo code WAKEUP to get you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So you put in $100, they match you $100. You get $200 to play with us. We're gonna be doing some dope stuff, man. This is gonna be fun. And I did smash a Topo Chico. Y'all didn't even see it. Everyone over under 3.5 of those things is easy money for us. So we're excited. So starting on Monday, some things change, some graphics change, and then we just have a lot of fun. So make sure if you are a first-time depositor, just use the promo code WAKEUP and they'll match you, man. All you got to do is put in 10, but if you put up to 100, they match you 100. We're really excited about this, ready to get rolling and have some fun. We'll do some NBA picks every time there's a game, just at the end of the show. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. Thumbs up, like the content. We appreciate y'all. If it wasn't for y'all tapping in every damn day, we wouldn't be in the position that we're at. So good vibes. Y'all enjoy the weekend. No football. Sad. But
I'm going to be diving deep into those NBA bets, so get
deep
excited.
Into the NBA bets. And what are we doing on Tuesday, man? Do you want to do a prospect profile on Tuesday?
Oh, who do you want to do though? You want to do Drake London, or you want to do?
I was gonna say let's do Drizzy Drake. Let's do Drizzy Drake London. Let's do Drizzy Drake London on Tuesday. Let's do it on Tuesday, since especially since the new logos got those Drake Nothing Was the Same vibes. Album cover, so we'll do that.
Nothing
so we'll go Drake. We'll do Drake
vibes.
London on Tuesday. Drake vibes. Make sure you subscribe to the show. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We out of this thing. Peace.